faculty and staff procession is led by the Faculty Marshal, Dr. James Franson, the 2018 Presidential Research Professor and Professor of Physics. He is joined by Staff Marshal, Mr. Joseph Kirby, the 2018 Presidential Distinguished Staff Award recipient for professional staff and Assistant Vice President for Information Technology, and Ms. Tamara Brown, the 2018 Presidential Distinguished Staff Award recipient for non-exempt staff and Executive Administrative Assistant for the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. The faculty and staff marshals are carrying batons that the UMBC Alumni Association gave to the university in honor of our 40th anniversary in 2006. The platform party is led by the Grand Marshal, Dr. Gunesh Kuru, President of the Faculty Senate and Associate Professor of Information Systems. The Grand Marshal carries the University Mace, a symbol of presidential authority. Used only on formal academic occasions, it is carried in the procession immediately before the President. UMBC's Mace was commissioned by the Alumni Association for UMBC's 20th anniversary in 1986.
On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, welcome to UMBC's 2018 Convocation. Please rise for the national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps or hats during the anthem.
For the
It is with great pleasure that I introduce Dr. Catherine Cole, Vice Provost and Dean of Undergraduate Academic Affairs. The Division of Undergraduate Academic Affairs oversees the development and delivery of programs that enrich the undergraduate educational experience, including first-year experience, introduction to an honors university seminars, and the new student book experience. Programs reporting to Dr. Cole include the Honors College, Interdisciplinary Studies, the Learning Resources Center, Mayor of Scholars Program, the Office of Undergraduate Education, Sherman STEM Teacher Scholars Program, and the Women's Centers. The office also oversees undergraduate research initiatives, including Undergraduate Research and Creative Achievement Day. Together, these programs support students in enhancing the skills needed to succeed in reaching their academic, professional, and personal goals. Please welcome Dr. Cole to the podium.
Thank you, and good afternoon. I am delighted to welcome everyone to Convocation. I want to welcome the platform party, our faculty and staff who are in attendance, our retired faculty and staff as part of the Wisdom Institute, family and friends, but on this day, most importantly, I want to welcome you students, our new students. First, let me congratulate you on your decision to attend UMBC. Well done, well done. UMBC is an absolutely amazing place to be. Our academic programs are nationally and internationally recognized, but there are a lot of institutions that have great academic programs. What sets UMBC apart from all the rest is the UMBC community. I arrived a little over a year ago, and I will tell you, and I'm not young, okay, I will tell you that I have never met such a community of caring, supportive, kind people. UMBC is indeed a unique place. You are about to embark on an amazing journey. Over the next few years, you will have opportunities to make decisions and experience things that will change lives, including your own. On your collegiate journey in the years to come, there will be amazing achievements for which you and all of us will be very proud. But it is also possible that there may be a few bumps in the road. And it is just slightly possible that you all may make some mistakes along the way. I want you to know that the amazing journey you are about to begin will not be a straight path. It will not go from today to your destination in a straight line. There will be twists and turns you don't expect, decisions that will need to be made about the path and which direction to go, and challenges you will need to overcome in order to progress and move forward. What I want each and every one of you to know is that on this journey, regardless of the twists and turns and the challenges you may encounter, you are not alone. All the people in this room today and more widely at the university are here to help you navigate the journey. It is your journey to be sure, but we will be with you the entire way. It is not only our job to assist and support you, it is our passion. There is nothing that we would rather do than help students be the best that they can be. So dream big and let us help you. If you want to go to medical school, but you love dance and visual arts and theater, and you want to major in those, we can help you accomplish that, no problem. If you want to go to law school and you love chemistry and engineering, we can help you do that, no problem. If you look over all of our many, many degree programs and majors and you can't find something that really generates that passion in you and you want to develop your own degree plan with our faculty, we can do that. I close with one of my favorite quotes. Although it is somewhat controversial whether Michelangelo said it or someone else said it, I think it's a really good quote. For sure, I didn't say it, so I want to give some citation. But the quote goes like this: "The biggest risk in life is not that you aim too high and miss. It is that you aim too low and you reach it." So I challenge all of you today to seek out your fullest potential, to work hard, to trust yourselves, and to know that we will be there to guide you, to counsel you, to support you when you need it, and we will stand back and let you shine when you do. My best advice to you is to embrace your experiences at UMBC, both in the classroom and out. It is such a very special place. Welcome, students, to UMBC. Thank you. Thank you. One of our traditions at UMBC is to invite the current presidential teaching professor recipient to address new students at Convocation. The Presidential Teaching Award, honoring exemplary dedication and achievements, is given to just one faculty member each year. Today, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Nicole King, Associate Professor and Chair of American Studies, and the recipient of the 2018 Presidential Teaching Award. Dr. King's unique approach to teaching and learning creates informed, digitally literate citizens by blending creative in-classroom work with community-engaged pedagogy that helps students develop a deeper understanding of Baltimore and its residents. Dr. King has taught every required course in American Studies and redesigned more than a few. Her students praise her mentorship as invaluable to their personal, educational, and professional development and credit her teaching with influencing their outlook and even their career paths. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Nicole King.
So thank you. Hello, incoming students, and welcome to UMBC. I often joke with my students that I went to college back in 1994, and I never left. I went to college right after high school, got a BA, immediately went to a master's degree, immediately went into a PhD program, and once I got that PhD, a few months later, I started here at UMBC as an assistant professor. When I tell my students about my 20-plus years within the university system, I don't always confess that I, a successful high school student with a great GPA, who was editor of the school newspaper and an honors student, that I struggled and that I failed as a freshman in college at the University of South Carolina. So I failed in numerous ways, but for the sake of time, I will focus on one today. During my first semester, I just gave up on my introductory marine science course. I stopped going because it was hard and I was not doing well. I was ashamed and embarrassed, so I gave up. I failed. And never failing a class before, I'll just say this was a transformative experience, to put it nicely. So if you've only been hearing about all the amazing, wonderful things you will do at UMBC since you arrived, those things are true. But I want to make sure to tell you that you will falter and that you will fail. Because failure is an essential part of learning. And the only way to truly be a failure is to completely give up, to quit. So, back when I failed that marine science course as a freshman, I got back up and I tried again. I retook the course and I got a C. I was really happy about that C. But only because I came to talk to my professor after doing very poorly on the first exam and getting extra help during her office hours. I was really interested in fish and environmental issues, not so much the high-level math that class required. But that math did not meet me. So, to review, takeaways from my failure. Number 1, don't give up. Number 2, come and talk to your professors during their office hours. That's what they're for. We're human. And number 3, you might not know what you actually want to do until you try it and fail. I entered college a journalism major with a minor in marine science. And I left an English major with a minor in political science. And now I'm a humanities professor in the Department of American Studies here at UMBC. And as a humanities professor, I learned, and I am still learning, I learn from my students every semester, that listening is one of the keys to success. But it always promises failure, because through listening, really listening, you may realize that you were wrong. Jacqueline Dowd Hall, a history professor and the founding director of the Southern Oral History Project at the University of North Carolina, frames the complex oral history interviews she has done with her students and with community members as fantastic failures. Fantastic precisely because of what the project dared and what limits daring will always reveal. One of her students, Leslie Williams, wrote a poem about the experience of the course and listening across difference. It's worth risking uncovering hidden prejudices to give ourselves permission to think. It's worth risking stuttering and stumbling and offending to give ourselves permission to speak. It's worth risking everything we think we believe to give ourselves permission to listen. Describing the dignity of hoping beyond failure, Dowd quotes one of her students reflecting on the semester. So in the end of the class, after all the writing and talking and crying, you may cry, and learning, one important piece of knowledge remains with me. That is, we should not give up. Even if at times we do not give the complete story, as we never can. We must start somewhere. And here you are, at Convocation, ready to start somewhere. And I want you to remember that productive failures are at the heart of a successful college experience. So go forth and fail with dignity and with power. And know that it's the things that you don't try that you will regret, not your fantastic, beautiful failures. And best wishes on the ups and the downs you will experience as a college student at UMBC. I will see you all at graduation. Thank you for listening. So I am pleased to introduce Mr. Colin Sullivan, President of the Student Government Association. Colin is a senior pursuing a degree in Information Systems and Economics. During his freshman year, at his own campus job at the Division of Information Technology, Colin created an annual event that celebrated the best practices of technology among students, faculty, and staff. He has served as a peer mentor with the Introduction to an Honors University course, and as a coach at UMBC's week-long leadership retreat, Strive. This past year, he interned with the American Association of State Colleges and Universities, American Democracy Project, where he coordinated student involvement in national conversations about strengthening our democracy. Now, he serves as the president of the UMBC Student Government Association. Please join me in welcoming Colin.
Thank you, Dr. King. Good afternoon. My name is Colin Sullivan, and I'm a senior studying information systems and economics. I currently serve as your president of the UMBC Student Government Association, and I look forward to working with all of you over the course of the next year. Being here today calls to mind how different those first few days at UMBC were from anything else I had ever experienced. I went to high school right down the road, and I remember traveling through crowded hallways after the bell rang, passing friends and exchanging quick hellos and finding my next class. I got to my first class at UMBC 15 minutes early, waiting anxiously. When I entered the lecture hall, I was intimidated by the size of the room and finding the perfect place to sit. My professor assured us that the majority of the people in the room were first-year students as well, and he took time to welcome us, and my nerves faded away. So when class ended, I was expecting that same high school experience, but the hallway wasn't crowded, and I didn't pass any friends. I didn't even pass anyone I knew. In a minute, Emily will tell you that living with a roommate was challenging, but for me, it was just finding my place and making friends. I was and still am a commuter, so in those first few weeks, finding parking and making friends was difficult. Don't worry, parking will get better once we all figure out our schedules. I came to campus when I had classes, and I left when classes were over. Also, I'm the world's biggest introvert. This is really frightening, by the way. And making friends just isn't that easy. But when I saw other students on the Commons Terrace or meeting at Starbucks, I realized that I needed to find my core group. A few days later, I walked into the center of the largest crowd I ever saw at Involvement Fest. It was high risk for me, but the highest reward. At Involvement Fest, over 250 student organizations shared their opportunities for all students across campus. I found people that were excited, passionate, and caring about our UMBC community. After Involvement Fest, I joined First Year Council and SGA's First Year Ambassador program. Later, I found an on-campus job through the Division of Information Technology. Through these experiences, I developed leadership skills and gained meaningful experiences. Meetings started to fill up my calendar, and I was practically living in the Commons. While I was becoming more involved, I was building friendships through my introduction to an honors university course. My class was at 8:30 in the morning, and it was a real struggle getting up sometimes. We learned about practical skills associated with being in my major, writing resumes, networking with other people, and building professional relationships. There was group work nearly every class, and through it, I made some of my greatest friends. Even as an ancient senior, many of the classes I take are still with the friends in that IHU. So go to that 8:30 class. It'll be worth it. Whether it was through my involvement in student organizations, working on campus, or through my classes like Emily will talk about, I started to feel like I was meant to be at UMBC. My advisor pushed me out of my comfort zone to run for a position in SGA and recommended that I attend Strive, a week-long leadership retreat offered by Campus Life. At Strive, I learned how important it was to actually know people, their identities, their values, their experiences, things that aren't often on the surface. My best experiences at UMBC came from getting involved. After joining student organizations and being more outgoing than I ever thought I could be, I found my way, and you will too. So when you run into me at when you run into me at Involvement Fest next Wednesday on Erickson Field from 12 to 3, and I will still collect my commission check after butchering it, stop by and say hi. Tell me what org you're going to join. Tell me how you're going to get involved. Tell me how you're going to pave your path here. If there are too many choices on Wednesday, just try something. There are lots of people here to support you in whatever you choose to do. One last thought about joining organizations. According to SGA's constitution, and I quote, SGA's general membership shall consist of all UMBC undergraduate students. So guess what? You already belong to one student organization. And now that you all are officially members of SGA, you are expected to be deeply involved in creating UMBC's community life. So try something new, get involved, and let's make UMBC ours. And maybe when I'm an alum, you'll be up here at this podium, and I'll see you Wednesday at Involvement Fest. Thank you. I am now pleased to introduce Ms. Emily Godfrey. Emily is a junior Linehan Artist Scholar and is pursuing a Bachelor of Arts in Dance and a minor in Psychology. Adopted from South Korea and raised in Bel Air, Maryland, Emily immediately took an interest in the arts, specifically dance, and traded with Hartford Dance Theater and Dance Conservatory of Maryland. She has had the opportunity to perform at the Undergraduate Research and Creative Achievement Day, the BIDA Choreographers Showcase, as well as the annual American College Dance Association Conference. This past summer, Emily had the honor of performing at the John F. Kennedy Center under the choreography of alumni Maya Schechter, whose work was performed and selected from the finals of the 2018 American College Dance Festival. She also attended the Hubbard Street Dance Chicago Summer Intensive, supported by the Linehan Summer Research and Study Award. Please welcome Emily to the podium.
Thank you, Colin. Oh, this is loud. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Emily Godfrey. I am a junior Linehan Artist Scholar and pursuing a BA in Dance and a minor in Psychology. Let's see. I love eating, especially Korean barbecue, and sleeping when I can, and finding stray cats to take care of and love. In my free time, I watch stand-up comedians because I could always use lessons in comedy. And I love reading fictional stories, both fantasy and sci-fi. Like many of you, I was a senior in high school, unsure of the future, and UMBC appeared almost like a fairy godmother I never knew I needed. I had no idea what UMBC was, but I decided to audition for the dance program anyway. I stumbled in with a 100-degree fever, an asthma inhaler in hand, and performed my first self-choreographed solo for Elizabeth Walton, the former chair of the dance department. She asked, "Do you prefer ballet or modern?" I responded, "I love both, but I have been told that I am better suited for modern. After all, for years I was told I was not tall enough, not skinny enough, and just too Asian for the ballet community." So Liz told me, "You can be whatever you want. You are a dancer, and you decide that." And that is what UMBC stands for, becoming an individual and showcasing the different qualities you have. Even with a positive atmosphere, there are unexpected challenges, learning what I was capable of and what my limitations were. As Colin explained the difficulties of being a commuter, one of my challenges came from living with a roommate who had a different communication style than I did. Before college, I avoided conflict, but in my living environment, I learned to manage the situation. When I was having panic attacks, I had to step back from the situation and ask for help. I learned that my mental health comes first. I needed to reteach myself to learn that I deserve respect, that my voice is valid, and that UMBC is a safe place where my opinion can be heard. I was able to conquer and control my anxiety a bit because of my strong support system of friends, finding people that I trusted and who cared about my well-being. Being honest about what is going on in your head, what your questions are, and communicating effectively will be the best thing for you. And one of my proudest moments capitalized on that new communication skill was when I created a video with my classmates. And that process of collaboration and creating the finished product was so special because my ideas were validated. Doug Canby, a faculty member, has helped me in more ways than I have time to say. As a professor, wanting me to succeed in my career, and as a guardian, always checking in on my well-being. And former professor Erica Rebelar would always find time out of her schedule to sit down with me and help me on an assignment. All UMBC faculty want students to succeed, to create bridges that will help you now and in the future. Colin became involved with student organizations on campus, but I became involved with my coursework and art. I performed at the American College Dance Association conference with some of the dance department and went on a Linehan Scholars trip to see the musical Dear Evan Hansen. Of course, you don't have to be in a scholar program to see performances or to take trips. The Student Events Board provides all kinds of bus trips to cities and events that are available to everyone. Of course, I do hope you all come to dance performances on campus because they're great. For years, I doubted my voice, believing that I was incapable of making any impact and that no one would listen. When you enter a new place, you will meet people that do not have the same personality or thought process as you. When you have a conflict with someone who may have a different communication style than you have to take initiative in order to resolve the problem, because they may not. Confront the situation and know that you have a voice. If you are having questions or problems on personal matters, find someone to talk to. Whether it's venting to a close friend or emailing a professor that you are struggling, do not bottle up your emotions. You will feel much better in the long run getting advice from different viewpoints and will find an answer faster. When you feel stuck, find something that you are passionate about and use it to drive you. Before UMBC, I felt like I couldn't possibly succeed as an artist. And now I've become immersed with my art and my community. I perform with the Baltimore Dance Project by Doug Canby and Carol Hess, Forward Movements by UMBC alumni Stephen Johnson and Sarah Schmitz. I am also involved with the Baltimore Independent Dance Artists, which is the volunteer-run, community-based organization that helps the visibility of Baltimore-based dance. And this past summer, I performed at the John F. Kennedy Center under the choreography of my classmate, Maya Schechter. Now I am dancing all the time, and with my schedule being an absolute mess, it can be easy to forget that I am not a machine, I'm actually a human being. So as you start your journey here, take care of your body, your mental health, and listen to your conscience. Pay attention, take moments to breathe, stay hydrated, and try to get as much sleep as you can. Welcome to UMBC, and I'll see you at the pub. Okay. Now I am pleased to introduce the men's basketball head coach, Mr. Ryan Odom. Coach Ryan Odom is the 9th head men's basketball coach in school history. Under his leadership, UMBC men's basketball program has seen incredible growth and success. In his second year as coach, he led the UMBC to an American East Conference title, followed by orchestrating the first victory for a number 16 seed over a number 1 seed in NCAA men's basketball tournament history. In 2017, he received the Joby Hall Award, a national award issued annually to recognize the top first-year coach in Division I college basketball. Please welcome Mr. Odom to the podium.
Good afternoon. I need you to stand up, my man, right there. Stand up. Turn around so everybody can see your shirt. You guys like that? All bark, all bite. That's what we're all about. Welcome to the House of Grit, class of 22. On behalf of athletics, we appreciate all that you've done. You've made an unbelievable choice, in choosing UMBC. A very smart decision to attend this great university. I made that same decision in March of 2016. The people here have changed my life. You have everything here at UMBC you need to be successful. Here are some key things that I've noticed since my time here, or in my time here. Off the charts leadership from Dr. Hrabowski. He is a mentor to many. A passionate faculty that will challenge you and push you to become your best. Students from all over the world that will give you an opportunity to learn more about others, but also more about yourself. A caring staff and community that will make this feel like home. An athletics program that is thriving and can provide an opportunity to come together on game days. Athletics can connect the past to the present and will continue to be a source of pride for all retrievers. Special shout out to our men's soccer team who beat Rutgers last night in an electric come-from-behind win. And finally, a university that will connect you to future employers. I've been blessed to work at some great universities, during my career, and UMBC is by far the best in this category, without a doubt. I encourage each of you to take advantage of all that UMBC has to offer. Chase your passion and dream big dreams, and never listen to those that tell you that you can't do something. If you listen, you will not reach your goals. Our team last year remains a shining example of belief in self and one another. History was made on March 16th and will continue to be made at UMBC. So I have one favor to ask of everyone here. When your time at UMBC is complete, leave this great university better than you found it. Once again, congratulations and welcome to UMBC. I'm honored to introduce the president of UMBC, Dr. Freeman Hrabowski. Dr. Hrabowski has served as president since 1992, bringing great energy, vision, and leadership to the university. Dr. Hrabowski is also known for taking a personal interest in all UMBC students. Don't be surprised if he stops you while you're walking or in an elevator and asks you what grade you earned on your last exam. He is dedicated to ensuring that all students reach their goals and achieve their potential. Please join me in welcoming our president, Dr. Freeman Hrabowski.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me thank our former speakers, Dr. Cole and Dr. King. Dr. King, you were in the 10th grade when I became president of UMBC. That makes me feel either really good or really old, one way or the other somehow. And Emily and Colin, amazing. And then Coach Odom, give him a big round of applause for an excellent, excellent basketball team and the academics, good students, the right values, very important. And he mentioned another team. This week, we have beaten both Temple and Rutgers, and groundbreaking record attendance. Give Coach Karenji a big round of applause and his soccer team. Huge, huge. Keep going to those games. I'm going to ask all of the faculty and staff, the Wisdom Institute, and our students, current students, and ones before, who were here before this semester, the Oprahs and others, to all stand. The students who are the returning students and the faculty and the staff, to please stand behind me, all the faculty, staff, the Wisdom Institute, all those, and all the staff, and the current students, the Oprahs. Give those Oprahs a round of applause. They are amazing. Over they are. Now, new students, I want you to look around the room, and I want you to think of these people as your village. We are here today because we are determined you will excel. Give all of them, the village, a round of applause. Give them all a round of applause. Thank you, thank you. And now I'm going to ask all of the new students, that whether you are a freshman, transfer, or returning student, stand up for a minute. Let's see who you are. Stand up. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. We are so proud. Keep remaining. Keep remaining. For the next few years, you're going to hear me saying that the way you think about yourselves, the language that you use, the way you interact, the values that you hold will shape not only who you are today, but who you will be in the future. So I want you to repeat after me. Thoughts, words, actions, habits, character, destiny. Okay, one more time. Thoughts, words, actions, habits, character, destiny. Now let's see if this got this test right. Watch your thoughts, they become your... we're going to do it one more time. Now you know you're going to have a test on it, right? So you want to be very mindful in everybody's class, remembering you're always being tested, right? Thoughts, words, actions, habits, character, destiny. Again, thoughts, words, actions, habits, character, destiny. Okay, here we go. Watch your thoughts, they become your... Watch your words, they become your... Watch your actions, they become your... Watch your habits, they become your... Watch your character, it becomes your first A at UMBC. Have a seat. Thank you. All right. Students, I am probably going to be briefer than you might think, because I know it's challenging to listen to person after person, even though you've been a wonderful audience. What I'm going to be doing, as I always do, is to highlight a few points and then ask you to read the entire speech, which will be on the website in the next couple of days. But let me make a few points that will reinforce what all of the speakers have been saying. Each year at this time, we gather at Convocation. That word in Latin means a calling together. We come here to welcome you, our new students, whether you're coming from a high school, from another institution as a transfer student, or coming from life as a returning student. It's all of you that we're thinking about. We are excited that you're here. We're determined that you're going to excel. You've come at a great time. We're talking about the sports being great, the academics being great. Our first Rhodes Scholar, she's on her way right now, nuclear engineering, PhD at Oxford University. Give her a round of applause. And so I want you to be welcomed to Retriever Nation and to think about what it means to be a part of this community. It means it's a place where the life of the mind is very active, where we know you are good thinkers. I begin with a poem that I learned as a child during very challenging times in the 60s in the Deep South in Birmingham. And the poem says, "May you seek after truth. If anything I teach you be false, may you throw it from you and go on to richer knowledge and deeper truth than I have ever known. If you become a man or woman of thought and learning, may you never fail to tear down with your right hand what your left hand has built up, if through years of study you find it not to be founded on that which is. If you become an artist, may you never paint with brush any picture of external life other than as you truly see it. In all your circumstances, my child, may you seek after truth and cling to it as a drowning man in a stormy sea who flings himself on a plank and clings to it knowing that whether he sinks or swims, it is the best that he has. Die poor, unknown, a failure, but shut your eyes to nothing that seems to them to be the truth. Give the truth a round of applause. We are seeking the truth. We know that these are challenging times, exciting times. We know that there have been times before in the history of humankind, in the history of our country. I talked about the 60s when we had civil rights movement and the feminist movement and the gay rights movement, and people were trying to find their place in mainstream society. We were coming to understand what it means to fight against prejudice. And today, we find ourselves wanting to emphasize for people from all backgrounds, regardless of political affiliation, regardless of where you are in the world, that there are certain values that we all consider very important, in addition to truth. It is respecting each other. It is standing against prejudice. It is speaking out with courage about what we believe to be right and wrong. It is about valuing the arts and humanities and understanding that somehow as we study these courses, as we get a chance to understand how others have thought about the world and ideas, we come to shape our own thinking about the possibilities. Frederick Lawrence, who is the head of Phi Beta Kappa, and we've had a Phi Beta Kappa chapter here for over 2 decades now, says that according to Justice Brandeis of the Supreme Court, the most important role in American society is that of private citizen, that you are preparing to be educated citizens. And he suggests this, that there are 3 skills that are most important as we at universities work to prepare you to be these citizens who will lead the next generation. Number 1, turning raw information into knowledge. Number 2, evaluating arguments. And number 3, engaging in reasoned debates, knowing how to present your own ideas, your claims, and being able to back it up with provable truths, but also to listen to those with opinions different from your own, and to learn that thinking people will inevitably disagree, but at UMBC, we want you to think about learning how to agree to disagree agreeably. Give me a round of applause for that idea. To agree to disagree agreeably. We can learn so much more when we do that. And so you're starting this new stage in your life. It is so exciting. And I want you to think about this idea that, of course, we all know. How many of you will admit you're a little nervous starting something new? Raise your hands. I mean, it's only natural that you're going to be a little nervous. How many of you are not sure what you want to major in? It's okay not to know, because you're here to get a liberal arts education. You have time. And how many of you know what you're going to major in? There's a good probability that many of you will change your majors at least once or twice. It happens anywhere you go to a university. It's okay. The fact is that you're here to learn and to think about that major and to see if it's exactly what you want it to be. And it's all a part of what we call this liberal education. What would he mean by this liberal education? Well, the word liberal comes from the Latin adjective liber, meaning free. The word education comes from the Latin verb duco, meaning to lead, and the prefix e means out of. And so we are talking about the free act of leading out of, moving towards enlightenment. And in our terms today, we tend to think about it is the opportunity to cultivate the intellect, to learn to think and to have passion for learning itself, this great opportunity today. And so I want you to think about the skills and what you will need that would be most important. You'll hear me talking about the Nobel laureate, Rabi, a lot. Rabi is his name. He was a physicist. He said that when he was growing up in New York, all of his friends' mothers would ask them at the end of a school day, "What'd you learn in school today?" He said, but not my mother, my Jewish mother. He said, my mother would say, "Izzy, did you ask a good question today?" Of all the things I can suggest to you as an approach to studying, it will be that of learning how to ask good questions. You know, the fact is that while more and more people are going to college, only about half of the students who go these days are actually graduating. And so while Americans of a certain age, over 35, are second best in the world, educated best in the world, those between 25 and 34 are number 12 in the world. In a global economy, we're not making the progress we need to because many people who start college of all backgrounds are not graduating. When some of you would talk with your parents, ask them what the dean or the president said at the beginning. In my college, the president said, look at the student to your left, look at the student to your right, one of you will not graduate. That's a terrible thing to say to young people. So I want you to follow my instructions. This is the UMBC way. Take this very seriously. Look at the student to your left. Look at the student to your right. Our goal is to make sure all three of you graduate, and if you don't, we fail, and we don't plan to fail. Give us a round of applause for that idea. You are going to graduate. Dr. Cole said, when we see you at graduation, I am looking for the time when you see you at commencement. And so thinking about life after the UMBC experience, you're going to be thinking about grad school and professional school, medicine and law, or becoming a great dancer, or becoming an artist, or becoming a politician. Whatever you want to do, dream about the possibilities, and they can come true here. What makes the difference is the attitude of curiosity. It is the notion that hard work makes a difference. What is the name of our dog whose nose you shine that nose, right? What's his name? True Grit. And what do we call us? We are the house of grit. And that's the idea of resilience and hard work and getting connected. Relationships will be very important. You know, I was thinking about when Dr. King was talking, and I was saying, well, what failure could I tell him? Because everybody in here, anybody in here, whether they have PhD, bachelor's, or whatever, everybody has failures. And I thought about a failure of mine that I wanted to tell you about that was inspired by Dr. King. And it was this. In my first year in college, there were two things that happened that were really just amazing. One was that I went in thinking I was just so smart and everything, and I was going to get the highest grades because a lot of kids in high school are their best. And I got the first test paper back, and I was far from the top. And only one person got 100, and the teacher said, Coleman, you can come get the paper. And a young woman got up, and I was so frustrated and so impressed, I said, I'm going to marry her one day. And I did. Thank you very much, all right? Now, that was not a failure. In fact, tomorrow I would have been married 48 years. Give my wife a round of applause for that. I'm very happy for her, very proud of her. So when you're impressed by people, get to know them well. It makes a difference. It really does. But the failure was this. This is what she told me after a while because I kept trying to go out with her, and she kept saying, no, just be my buddy. You hate it, but she kept saying, be my buddy. So we were good friends for 2 years, but she told me something that really made a difference. It was a part of my failure. I was so intent about just getting A's, I wasn't taking the time to enjoy the experience of getting to know people, to understanding there's more to life. As well as it's great to get the A's and B's, but it's equally important, if not even more important, to get to know people as people, not for what they can do for you, but just to understand who they are. Because the more closely you get connected to people, the more you understand about yourselves. And there is your message today. It is that you must connect with people from all over the world, the faculty, the staff. The students in here have backgrounds from over 100 countries. It would be so easy for you to sit here and only know people like yourself. I challenge you, the book review that you just did, the work that you do is to get to know people who are different. Colin said it so well that all of us are shy in some ways, but just go up to people and ask them a question or say hello. You'd be surprised how you begin to know them, because when you come across the stage, I want to know that you've gotten to know people very different from yourselves, to appreciate differences and points of commonality. What do we have in common? And so the message from the students, I've asked students every year, give me the message. What should I tell new students? And these are the things they said. They say, keep an open mind. Don't be afraid to ask for help. We all need help at some point. Get involved. Show interest in your classes, get to know your faculty and staff, but also show interest in what happens outside of the classroom. Don't make the mistake of waiting until you need a reference to go and see a professor. Get to know professors early. Talk to them about their stories, because stories matter. You're going to hear that word over and over again. I tell my story of growing up in Birmingham and being a part of Dr. King's march and learning that it was possible for this to happen. When most of the faculty in here were coming up, it would not have been possible to imagine an America that looks like you. Give yourselves a round of applause for being from all over the world. It is such an inspiring story. And so get beyond that comfort zone, learn how to network, know that you will make mistakes, but grit means we fall down, but we get up. Sometimes we learn more from the failures than we do from the success. And then finally, go and read last week's New York Times. Frank Bruni, who's a wonderful writer, has an article entitled How to Get the Most Out of College. And he says exactly the things that our students have said. He says, connect with faculty and staff, widen your circle with people different from yourself, learn how to laugh. Laughter makes a big difference. The most recent issue of Time on the science of laughter is actually based on the work of undergraduates here with amazing Dr. Bob Provine on the physiological effect of laughter and what difference it can make. Then get involved, take care of yourself. Please take the time to get the sleep you need. You're free now to do what you want to do, but believe me, you're so much better when you get the rest that you need. Make sure you're exercising. Sounds corny, but it's true. Exercising, sleep, nutrition are all very important. I need you to know that every day in America, 5 college students die from alcohol abuse. Every day in America. And so you need to know that large numbers of students on this campus do not drink. When people are of age and drink reasonably and responsibly is one thing, but all the studies we see show that almost half, 40-some% of college students binge drink. We have about half that number, but it is a challenge because it does lead to abuse, and abuse can lead even to death. And just as important, the opioid crisis is very real. A year ago, I said 75 people died every day from an overdose of those drugs. Today, it's 115. So it is so serious. Please take this idea seriously. Don't be pressured to do something that you know is not in your best interest. And so as I close, I want you to think about what Bruni says and what all of the people here have said. Learn how to take risks. Take risk in order to be the best that you can be, to aim high, to believe that you can do it, to have high expectations of yourselves. You know, at commencement every year, I ask students, what are you going to do next year? What are you going to do next year? And the most impressive answer I've ever gotten was from a young woman who said, Doc, I'm going to change the world. I want you to think about what that means. I'm going to change. Give her a round of applause for the idea of changing the world. You know, some of you will hear me quoting Aristotle that says, excellence is never an accident. It is the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wisest choice among many options. And then he said something that gives me goosebumps. He said, choice, not chance, determines destiny. Choice, not chance, determines destiny. One of our faculty members, Professor Brodsky, said to me, that's true. But what about the people who never have the chance to make a choice? And so I'm challenging you, the privileged ones. Anybody in here is well prepared. You are among the most privileged human beings in the world. I'm challenging you to think about changing the world by helping one of those children and one of those people who has not had the kind of chance that you have had. A part of your dream must be how you connect to others, because in connecting to others, especially people who've not had our privileges, we are better ourselves and the world becomes better. I want you to appreciate this idea that your thinking, your sense of self now will be the most important things in your life. Believe in yourselves. Don't let anybody else define who you are. When you walk into a room, let people know a combination of confidence and humility. I challenge you to watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. I tell students, your character has everything to do with who you are when you don't think anybody can see you. What will you do? So thoughts become words. Words become actions. Actions become habits. Habits become character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. Dreams and values. You are so special, and we're going to all be even better. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce our Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. Nancy Young. She's been the Vice President since 2007. She's been here through the 80s and has shown over and over how much she cares so deeply about your safety, your health, your future, your lives on this campus. Please give Dr. Nancy Young a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rabowski. And everyone, you heard Emily tell you to take a deep breath from time to time. Let's do one now because we are in the home stretch. I am the last thing between you and dinner. So we are really excited that we have reached the pinning ceremony, which is the part of our convocation where we formally welcome all of our new students to the UMBC community. In order to be here today, each of you presented the necessary academic qualifications to be admitted and to excel here. Since accepting our offer of admission, you have attended orientation, moved into residence halls, or perhaps attended the commuter retreat or the transfer day. You've met classmates at Playfair and watched amazing fireworks, and you met faculty at college meetings, laughed and learned about our rich diversity with Dr. Mara Cullen, and shared ideas at the book discussion. These Welcome Week programs were designed not only to help with your transition, but to transmit our values and our high expectations of you. By participating in Welcome Week events, you learned that UMBC is a place where we value academic excellence, a place where each of us is expected to take action to improve the community that we now share. A place where all members are welcomed with respect, and a place where members conduct themselves with integrity. You were reminded that your academic and personal success depends on your involvement and commitment, both in and outside of the classroom. The words shared today by all of our convocation speakers have illustrated these values as well as our greatest hopes for your future. As Colin and Emily's stories illustrated, and by that great win over Virginia that Coach Odom told us about, even the most difficult obstacles can be overcome when you work hard and have a support network. It may take grit to be great, but greatness is never achieved alone. As you leave the arena, be sure to view the images of the Unity sculpture new students created together on Sunday to symbolize their intention to form a supportive community where everyone excels. This sculpture will remain in place on the lawn between physics and public policy through the end of the week as a symbol of support. Like the sculpture, the pin you received as you entered the rack today is a symbol of our commitment to support you. Please take a moment to locate your pin. If anyone shoved it in your pocket, now is the time to dig it out, because we need you to have that pin in your hands. If you didn't get one, is there anyone that did not receive a pin? Please raise your hand now, and someone will come around to make sure you have one. Raise your hands high. While they're doing that, I'd like to remind you that shaped like the paw of true grit, our Chesapeake Bay mascot, Chesapeake Bay Retriever mascot, do not call it a golden retriever. That's what we learned all spring. It is a Chesapeake Bay Retriever. The pin in your hand is a sign of your commitment to the responsibilities you accept as you enter UMBC. True Grit's paw print serves always as a reminder of our values, traditions, and highest ideals. Dr. Rabowski, faculty, staff, and student leaders, I have the honor of presenting the entering class for fall 2018. Keep those hands raised if you don't have a pin, we will get to you. While I have the honor of presenting the entering class, and I ask all of you to join me in recognizing these wonderful new retrievers as full members of the UMBC community with all privileges and responsibilities associated with this membership. Students, By accepting this retriever pin, you pledge today to make the most of your education while striving to uphold UMBC's highest and loftiest goals. If you accept this responsibility, please respond now by saying, "I will." I now invite you to place that pin somewhere on your shirt. Not yet. Now and for, but if the president wants you to stand, let's stand and put the, I listen. See, you heard today to listen. Let's all stand and we'll put your pins on your shirts.
Yeah, gives a little energy.
And as you do this, please remember that this is a symbol that you are now and forever a part of the extended UMBC family on campus and throughout the world. Congratulations to our 52nd entering class. Everyone, join me in giving our newest retrievers a round of applause.
Yay! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Please remain standing while we invite faculty, staff, and returning students to rise, and they are already on their feet because you are so amazing. And we will shortly have the singing of our alma mater. This is a tradition at here and at many institutions, and you'll find the words to our alma mater in the program you were given as you entered the arena. We want you to know that it is very important to remain standing and respectful as we sing. This is out of respect to our institution, and you will see this at many games and other events. We ask you to remain standing and either join in the singing or be respectfully quiet, whichever you prefer. But the one thing you may not do is leave the arena until the song is finished.
And if you see people walking in the middle of the alma mater, please stop them respectfully, because it is respect for all of us that we stand when it's played. Please, it's our responsibility to teach people to do that. Very nice.
Has been cooking all night, right, and he's about to invite you to a picnic.
Right, to eat, yep.
Oh, he wants me to do that too. We're gonna go. So he's been cooking all night, right, so I get to do the invitation.
Right.
As you leave the arena, be sure to check out the art display out there, but you are going to head back out of the arena and off to your right, in between public policy and physics, out in front of the Commons. We've prepared a wonderful picnic. It is very hot out there. So remember Emily's advice to hydrate. Maybe take a plate, walk inside if you're a little hot, but we are absolutely delighted. And we ask you to remain into the arena. One more minute.
All right, now Dr. One more minute, please.
Okay, so this concludes the 2018 convocation ceremony. Now we ask that you remain in place until the platform party and the faculty and staff have recessed.
You've been great. You've been really great. Thank you all. Thank you.